I will be doing this in English because I have experienced that quite a few people have a challenge understanding my Danish-Swedish. I will be telling you a little bit about a experience that I had 5.5 years ago. I have been working 12 years for Nokia from 1999 to 2011. And this story happens when I was an expat in Beijing from 2007 to 2009. I was helping to build up an organization in Beijing on something called S30, the low-end platform phones for Nokia. We were having approximately 15 developers in the team. The entire section was 45 people, I think, and we were selling about 100 million phones a year. Okay, can you hear me? Yeah? It's on? Okay. Just me who can't hear anything. Okay, cool. We were having a group of 45 people totally, selling 100 million phones per year. The UI team, which I was working with, was 15 developers, and the challenge we had was there was a lack of skilled developers. We were using 90% of our time to doing maintenance and bring up, and 10% on new stuff, which was kind of the opposite of what we wanted to do. It all started in October 2008. I was talking with a French guy in Beijing, Rune, who gave me a crash course in Scrum, teaching me what it was all about. I tried to do my first story with a done definition. I thought it would take like 5 minutes. I mean, it's so super simple when you see someone presenting it. I think I used 2 or 3 hours to do a simple story with a done definition. But I guess you guys know it. We were 3 developers in our first Scrum, and me, and then it was basically an amazing experience. We were doing something called Nokia Live Tools. I think it's still running, but I'm not really sure. Then after trying out this amazing experience with Scrum, I thought we will try this on our maintenance team, like 12 developers doing maintenance. The current state was that we were having a database with issues, and each developer had about 10 to 30 issues assigned to them. And to be more effective, usually most of the developers were trying to fix between 2 and 5, 6 issues in parallel. As you all know who have been trying Scrum and maintenance, you know that it doesn't work. So we modified it slightly and ended up with the Kanban. We called it the Grade 1 2. We actually put all the issues on the Great Wall that we had. We made kind of a system. We did not know about Kanban at that time, but it ended up being Kanban. Putting all the issues there, instructing the developers they were only allowed to have 1 issue at a time until they were done fixing the issue. We had a special way to handle in case there was a need for additional log files or similar. And then we kind of did the evaluation. It was working, but it wasn't really amazing. We did kind of a common retrospective and had the feeling it was working well, but in Beijing, the traditional Chinese way of looking at things is that everyone needs to be a little bit more than 110% loaded. And in reality, people were only allowed to work on 1 issue at a time, meaning that they had time over when it was compiling and other things. But the good thing was that we were actually measuring. We were measuring how many issues we were doing in average before we started to do this Kanban. And then we measured the average after doing this Kanban. And we found that we were actually 70% more effective, which was quite a big surprise to us. And we continued, of course, to work with Kanban for maintenance. And then what we saw at some point was there was a quite significant drop in the output. And what happened was that I went around to the developers and talked with them and found that some of the best developers took 2 or 3 issues to be a little bit more effective, because these issues were very much related and in more or less the same part of the code. So I asked them to put back the issues, and then the velocity went back up again. Later on, I discovered, there's a link here, I discovered that there's been some investigation in multitasking. And according to what I've been reading is that you kind of lose 20% of your effectiveness when you take on another task, meaning that you're basically doing nothing when you take 5 tasks in a row. And that pretty much explains why we managed to get 70% effectiveness increase from doing Kanban with maintenance. That's what I plan to talk about today.